39, 40. Oh,
This is the Monarc Tracer.
oh, this brand's taken commuter bikes to a whole new level.
It's a new brand that's owned by Lectric e-bikes, which is the biggest bike brand in the US.
That's got to be the most reactive motor on any commuter bike that I've tried.
And these guys have made a killer bike.
It wants to go.
I'm gonna show you everything this bike can do, and we'll also show you a pretty cool windstorm.
Totally just dusting the crap out of that school. This has got a touchscreen. Hit that arrow, and I want to go in here because there's a bunch of things you can change as far as speed. You can set this to a class 1, 2, or 3. At class 1, top speed is 20 miles per hour. You can lower that down to 10. Class 2 tops out at 20. In here, you can set the throttle to low or high. When set to low, the throttle is going to match the pedal assist level. If you set it to high, it's going to top out at 20 miles per hour. Class 3, you can now take it up to 28. You can also change the throttle from low to high. You can turn the throttle on or off, and you can change the sensor from torque to cadence. Motor tuning. So here's all the pedal assist levels. If you hit each level, you can then adjust the torque, the assistance, and the pedal response. These are the default settings. So that's for cruise, breeze, explore, sport, and boost, which is all the way maxed out. But again, if you wanted to adjust that, you just take your finger and slide it left to right. Set to cruise, here we go. Cruise is 8, breeze is 12, and I'm increasing the gears just to maintain my same cadence. Explore is 18, sport is 24, and boost is 28 with the throttle. On boost mode, I have the throttle set to high too, so it should stop at 20, and it does. Right there is a 750 watt motor that produces 85 Newton meters of torque. And the weight of the bike is not that bad for a commuter bike. It's 71 pounds. I'm a 180 pound rider, so let's see if I can hit 28 miles per hour in one block. The block is right up there. On boost mode, gear 1, here we go. Holy moly, that front wheel popped up. I've got it set to the torque sensor, and that has got some immediate response. There's 26, 27, 28. And then right there is the block. Wow, I don't think I've ever popped a commuter bike off the line like that, where the wheels popped up back to the same spot. I'm curious to see how fast I can get to 20 miles an hour. Here we go. Man, motor comes on right away. Not nearly as punchy as when you're pedaling, but there's 20 right there. And then the block's way up there, so that was 20 miles per hour in a third of a block. This is the first battery, and here's the second one. You get 2 batteries with this bike. They're both 48 volt, 15 amp hour. They got LG cells. It's UL certified, IPX7 waterproof rating, and each one of those batteries takes you up to 65 miles. You got 2 keys to take them out. Charge port is down here. It comes with a smart charger and can charge it up in 3 hours. And then in the event settings, you can choose how much you want the battery to charge up to. If you want to extend the lifespan of your battery, you want to set it to 80%. Power on, boost mode, trekking app open, start workout. Let's go. Made it back home. I've got 18% battery life. My app's gonna be wrong because I paused this. I forgot to resume it. This says 11.83 miles, but my odometer actually on the bike says 19. 43-minute ride, 1,100 feet elevation gain. Average speed was more like 24, 25. I had 3 miles on it before I started the range test. So 60 miles going 25 miles per hour with 18% battery life left is pretty dang good for that size of battery. This is a 20% hill, just shy of a block. I'm only gonna use the throttle too. Here we go, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, holding at 10, this is the steepest part, down to 9, down to 8. It's gonna make it down to 7, over the top at 8, and 9, and there it is. There's Star Union brakes, tail light flashes when you hit the lever. There's a 203 millimeter rotor in the front and 180 in the rear. If I hit the brake lever, motor cuts off. If I release the brake lever and continue to pedal, motor comes back on. Let's do a brake check here. There's 27, 28, 29, 30, 35 miles an hour, and woo! You couldn't tell, but my back end was fishtailing. There's 1, 2, 3, just less than 40 feet. You got a riser in the stem, and those are BMX style handlebars, which gives you an upright posture. My back's straight, super comfortable. My arm's got a slight bend. The grips are, pulled back a little bit. It's the type of posture I like for a commuter bike. The saddle doesn't look comfortable, but it is. Got some good cushion to it. Bike just wants to stay upright, going 28 miles an hour. All right, let's see how the handling is when going fast with sharp turns. 35, 36, got to slow down a little bit because this thing just wants to go. Woo! All right, that felt pretty good. There's 33, 34, 35, 36. Man, this coast's so easy. Rip around this one, at 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Oh, got a little too fast right there. Pedaling at 27, 28 miles an hour if I stop. Motor cuts right off if I re-engage. Oh, about a revolution before the power comes back on. And that's on the torque sensor. So with the throttle, if I pull out on the throttle, if I release it, cuts off right away. If I re-engage, it's about a half a second, then it kicks back on. It's got a nice consistent delivery of power. Just keep the pedals turning. There's no weaning and waning of the power. It's just consistent. When I'm going 23, if I start the pedal, you know, that power kicks in and gets you going fast up to 28 pretty quick. In the front, you got a reverse fork. They say it gives you better comfort and traction. It's not gonna get shifted around when you hit potholes, ruts, and rocks. I think it's pretty cool looking. Just makes you stand out on the trail. There's Kenda K-Rad tires. These are more of a gravel type of a tire. Trail to road, bam, bam. Oh man, that's cushy. Down to the road, up onto the sidewalk, nice and cushy. Pop off the curb. One of the softer landings I've had for a commuter bike. Okay, off-road section is a little bit rough. Going 20 miles an hour, I gotta lower the speed. That's too much. All right, got the suspension open up all the way. Going 10 miles an hour now and much, much better. And that's gonna be the key with this bike and going off-road is just go slow and avoid the ruts and the bigger rocks. The frame on this is pretty cool. I like the design. Again, it's step through. You got this bottom piece that's kind of cool. Don't really see that in a lot of bikes. There's a lot of mounting points. Water bottles and other gear. No welds up here by the head tube. Down here you got a couple, and then some on the rear fork. The pedals are quick release. There's a rack that can hold 60 pounds. A tail light is built into it. Got fenders, a Q's derailleur. There's wingtip grips that are bolted onto the handlebars. Control pad is pretty nice. There's turn signals, shows up on the screen. And back here at the tail light. This button up here turns on the hazards if you hold it down. This one here changes the different readouts on the screen. There's a 9-speed trigger style shifter. This is more of a commuter type of a saddle. It's very large. Pretty cushy. There's suspension underneath and then a handle. This can carry 420 pounds. The bike's got an IPX6 waterproof rating. It comes in 2 colors, in a high step or a step through, and it's got a 5-year warranty. 5 years for that bike. In general, change the language, time format, clock, set the time, change the units. You can turn the touchscreen on and off. Screen brightness, this is 11. All the way up to 100. Homepage theme, you got 5 different options. Let's try through the city. Looks kind of cool. You can turn the turn signal sound off. These other things deal with accessories for the bike that I'll talk about here in just a second. In the bike, you can change the bike shut off time. I've got it set to 10 minutes. Headlight, auto shut off, auto on or off. So these are all the accessories that this bike is compatible with. You can do a front TPMS sensor, a rear one, smart helmet, motion camera, heart rate monitor. There's no app, but there's one coming. And then you can change from day to night mode. Oh snap. A bit windy and a bit dusty, holy moly. Getting pelted with rocks and dust. Woo! Wow. That's what was hitting me right there. Look at that. Oh man, I'm gonna blow over. That is ripping over there. Holy cow. Totally just dusting the crap out of that school. All right, so here's everything this bike has to offer. A top speed of 29 miles per hour. It's got a more poppy acceleration. It's got a ton of power for hills. The brakes are better than you find on other bikes that cost the same. You got nice gear along the handlebars, a unique design that other bikes don't have with the front fork, and it comes standard with 2 batteries. 120-mile range for the same price as other mid-level bikes. I don't know how these guys did that, but they did. If you wanna check it out, I got the link below. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments. And that's it. Thanks for watching and take care.